Coach. Starting off, 2 official wins this past week. Just talk about your team's performance in both of those games, but especially that 111-point victory.
For us, it was a long week. We put a lot of miles in this week. Really, it was, when we built this schedule, we wanted to test our team on the road because we open up conference play on the road. And so going to Southern Arkansas, it's 8 hours away for a single game. That's really hard on our team. We've been a little bit banged up. So I give our guys a lot of credit. We were 19 down in that game. We trailed the entire game on the road and did not play great, especially in the first half. Came on strong second half. And the resiliency and fight that we showed in that game was just really impressive for this time of the year for us. And then, of course, Willie Guy hits a shot at the buzzer to win Tuesday's game. Quick turnaround with Thanksgiving. We take a couple days off, 1 day prep for a Saturday opponent. And finally saw kind of what this team could be capable of offensively. I think that's where we've been struggling a little bit, is on that end of the floor. We have, if you date back to last year, our last 14 or 15 opponents, we have held under 70 points. So our defense has been really good up to this stage. And it's been our offense. It's just we've shuffled lineups so much with the injuries we've had. It's been hard to find consistency. Saturday, we were decently healthy and had a good practice Friday. And all of a sudden, it felt like the lid came off the basket. So, to see us hit 16 threes was awesome. Every big that played for us had an offensive rebound. So you just saw us chasing after the basketball. Our pursuit was really, really fun to watch, with the energy we had the entire week. So proud of what we did this last week. But, now the real fun begins in conference play. So excited to get going this week.
I want to talk about that exhibition game. Y'all faced the 2023 NIT champs. What are some positive and maybe not negative takeaways, but improving takeaways that'll lead y'all into this week of LSC play?
The awesome thing is just the experience of, first of all, getting to go play down there at the Super Pit. I think it's a great venue in the state of Texas. Our guys really enjoyed it when we walked in to that arena, and we play in an awesome place ourselves. But when you walk into a place that big and that seats that many people, with the lights as bright as they are, I think it's really fun and neat for our guys as well to go down there and compete against a team. They were the Conference USA regular season champs a year ago, so what they have going on right now is pretty spectacular. I think their staff does an unbelievable job. Coach McCaslin was there, and now he's the head coach at Texas Tech, and his assistant, Coach Hodge, took over, and he's just kept it going. So, for us, I thought it gave us a great look against some really good competition to see offensively some things to get exposed that we need to work on right before we start league play, and that's one of the really good takeaways I thought we took from that game. We got to get some experience for some guys that haven't gotten the minutes yet up to this point, whether it's due to injury, whether it's because it's not their turn yet, but we started 3 backups that game and played them extended minutes to help them as we get ready for conference play as well. So we really used that game to give us an opportunity to get better as we get into this week. And so I was really pleased with what we got. We outscored them for a good chunk of the second half. We lost the second half 33-39, but was really pleased to see the fight that we had after being down big at half to get right back in it. We cut it to 16 or 17 at one stage. But, we played everybody in that game, and that's another great thing for exhibition games is we played everybody that suited out for that game. So I thought it was a great experience for our guys. I did think we got quite a bit out of it, and I'm really glad that we did it.
And then my last question, y'all are opening LSC play against Kingsville. What's it going to take to stay in that win column leading from that game into international?
Our biggest message Sunday night after we played was we went 19-3 in league a year ago, and 20-2 won the league. So you don't know what game is going to win the conference championship, and you don't know what game is going to lose the conference championship. So our mentality is that every game is for the conference championship right now. So there's no bigger game on our schedule than Thursdays right now. They got our full attention. We'll do a great job preparing them, getting them ready. At the end of the day, they got to show up and compete, though. And so what I like is we've been battle tested on the road so far. So opening with a hard trip like that is going to be something I think we've seen now. So maybe there's not going to be as many surprises. Kingsville is a very difficult place to play. We didn't go there a year ago. Fortunately, I've been in the league for a long time, so I've been down there. We have some returners that have played in that facility as well. So, I'm really excited to get going. For us, it's still going to be about toughness and rebounding. I think we'll make shots. Health-wise, we're getting to where we want to be this point of the season. But, can we band together as a team and go get one on the road? That's what it's going to come down to, and I really like where we're at today. If we can win practice today, we'll see if we can get ourselves ready for Thursday.
All right, Coach, let's revisit the buzzer beater for a minute. You say that you have a hard road trip this weekend coming up. You just got over, two really hard road trips this weekend. What being down 19, coming back and winning at the buzzer, what did that show you as a coach about what these players can do under adversity?
It was just a really, hey, we're not going to quit mentality. I think it would have been easy for us to fold, especially in the second half. At the stage we were at, we cut it to 10 several times and then had some mishaps, and they, extended the lead again. And we just never could get it under that 10-point margin for a while. And then finally, when we hit a 3 and cut it to 9, you could see it in their eye, like, hey, we can do this. And what was really fun for me as a coach is our last 2 media timeouts, hearing what our guys were saying in the timeouts. They were all on the same page. They were all locked in. They were all, hey, we're not going home with a loss. We're not going home with an L. And that's what they all just kept yelling at each other, every one of those media and timeouts that we were taking down the stretch. And you could just see the fight, that there was not going to be give up. They didn't care, if things were going our way or not. They were going to do everything they could to try to help us get that win. And so to see it that early with this many new guys, kind of the group just banding together and fighting to get that done, it was really fun to see as a coach.
It seemed like that success or that grit really translated to y'all's next matchup against Arlington Baptist. You kind of went nuts on them offensively. You had multiple guys with more than 15 points. Is that I know that one was at home, but is that kind of offense and that kind of defensive capability is that what's gonna carry y'all through conference this year?
We want to play a high, fast-paced brand of basketball, and we just haven't got there. We've been very shorthanded. If you look at the box score from the Southern Arkansas game, we played basically 7 guys that game. A couple others got limited minutes, but it's hard to play fast when you're not playing a bunch of guys. But the reason we're not playing guys is not because they're not good enough. They just haven't been healthy enough to play. We were missing our 2 leading scorers and 2 starters for that game on Tuesday against Southern Arkansas. And, we got one back, and then we got our backup point guard back who'd been out with a dislocated elbow. He had 1 practice before he played against Southern Arkansas on Tuesday. And so, he got another 1 or 2 under his belt going into Saturday. And I just see, as we're getting healthy, all of it starting to come together. And we got the talent and we got the depth on our roster to play at that pace. It's just going to be, can we stay healthy right now? Shots are going to fall. I think we got a very good perimeter shooting team. I think we got one of the best interior players in the country in Trey Farr. And we got to do a better job of getting inside to him. And as we continue to hit shots, it's going to loosen it up more for him inside. He's gotten double teamed and you name it throughout this short part of the season so far. And we've seen about every kind of defense you can imagine to keep him from scoring inside. And I think as you saw us start hitting some shots this weekend, it'll open it up there to still be a balanced team. I think we can play fast, but I still think we can score inside out as we move forward through this season, because there's going to be nights that shots don't fall. And the question is going to be, how do we score in those moments? And I'm hoping we have the firepower to still do that with our inside game.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you, guys.